This video is going to be about a Husqvarna 570 BT backpack blower that I was working on this week, or yesterday mainly. It had a handle that was stripped out on it, and it also had a carburetor problem. So if you're interested, there's a couple other things to show you about what's going on around the shop. So if you're interested, we'll get right into it. But first, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and tell all your friends about me. And after you watch this video, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. So, and leave me some comments. We'll get right into it now. Alright guys, so this is the throttle handle on a 570 BT Husqvarna blower, backpack blower. Customer brought this in, it was all taped up because this handle right here would not tighten down and wouldn't stay put. So you have two pieces that fixes this. First off, we have to get this whole new holder right here that holds the throttle assembly on. And if you'll see, this is the old one. And if you look at this side, you can still see a few little grooves on there, right? So what happens is this sits on here like this around the tube, right? And this little handle here, this is what goes just like that. But it slides up through, and I don't know if many people know this or not. I'm sure y'all do. But you just have to loosen this bottom thing up, and this whole shaft will slide out. And then there's this screw. This is what you tighten it down with. Got a little knob on it with a screw that goes through, and you can loosen it up to put it in the position that you want to use it in. But what happens is people don't tighten them up all the way like they should, and then it wears, and it almost makes this side flat. But especially on this part that we had, like right here. Let's see if I can get you up closer. On this arm, this is what we replaced on here, both pieces. And I had to cut this off, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But you see how that's got good splines on there? So when these two pieces meet together, that's what locks it in, and you tighten it down. So anyway, another thing a lot of people might not know, and there's a square nut that slides up inside this piece. I guess it's going to be hard to show you because I think I cut this out already. But it would sit right up above this right here. There's another little square hole. Let me see if I can. It's what this goes through. But anyway, there's a little square nut that comes in the piece that you have to buy separate to fix it. So anyway, so we put that back on, and we got the guy. Now it'll tighten down. And you can put it in the position you want, just like I said. But just remember, when you take this off, you got to get that little square nut out, or order you another one. It's probably easier because I had to dig mine out. Like I said, I had to cut the end of this handle off to get that square nut out. So this screw right here, when you screw back through here, it locks down into something that has threads there. But anyway, just a tip. We'll stop now for a second. So also on this blower, this is last night, I was on I think David's live stream, and I couldn't come up because I was working on something, and I was still working when Lone Stars came on. But so I had to pull this carburetor off. It's like I said, it's Husqvarna 570 BT, right? And So this carburetor on here is that, what do you call it, the dual valve carburetor or shaft. It's got the shaft that goes through. It's on a bunch of echoes too. But so this is the diaphragm that came out of it. It was flooding back through the air intake here all the time. So that diaphragm was bad. Gasket's hard. The other side, the flaps are bent up. Anyway, that's what I spent all night doing for this customer so he could come get it in the morning, because he's got, you know, he works another job and then he does lawn care on the side. But he's a good customer of mine. So anyway, so now we got it all back together. Got his handle fixed up. No more rigged up tape. We just prime it up here on choke all the way down. Set this to about 1/3 of the way. So that takes care of that one. Alright guys, and so another thing we got done today, got done today. This is this is a white outdoor. It's a 38-inch. Let's see. Another thing we worked on today was this white 38-inch riding mower. It's got the Kohler Courage 17. When he brought it over here, it was making a loud thumping noise, and the engine mount bolts had worked their way loose a little bit, so every time it was cut, it just bop, 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 bop. So, but that's not what he brought it over here for. We had to change the deck belt on this one. And so, on this one, you don't have to take the deck all the way off to change this belt. You know, you just drop this hinge off on both sides, and then you'll have enough room to pull out on the other side, and then you take and loosen that up. It's a 14 millimeter on the top side, and you have to get a hold of it on the bottom, and you can get past that belt guard, and you can change this thing without having to drop the whole deck. It's a little struggle, but you can do it. Anyway, I hate this Kohler, man, but it's been running. I think it's a 2010 model. It's still going. He's took good care of it. Of course, I've been servicing it for a couple of years, so the Husky's still here. We've decided to go ahead and put another carburetor on this thing, just because I'm not happy with it, the way it cleaned up, and it still pops a little bit. Anyway, then we got this old Toro with the extended thing. Having to put a new carburetor on it too. I tried to put a kit in this one and so, and it still wouldn't act right. So I think it's like $31 for a new carburetor. He decided he wanted to go ahead and do it because he's got a whole bunch of attachments. It runs good. It's not leaking anything anywhere else. It's just this carburetor just wore and slap out. So we'll do that. Anyway, that's it. Saturday night. Henry, I saw your video, buddy. I liked it. Stay out of that sun, it'll kill you.